Natembeya mmeona tukifanya kazi na yeye hapa. Wakati mwingine kuna watu wengine sitaki kutaja majina yao kwa sababu leo ni sherehe ya furaha. Na nikianga mimi barua ya vitina kuhusu hata arisi wetu huyu Natembeya, wengine wananiandikia barua nyingine ya vitina huku. Acha niwaambie hivi. Sisi siku ile unafikiri sisi hatujui wale watu ambao wanafanya kazi na sisi ili tukutegemee wewe ukuje kutueleza?
Now, ladies and gentlemen, you might have assumed one Fred Okengo Matiangi on the strategies that Matiangi is deploying ahead of the 2027 general election to have the higher negotiation power come the year 2027. Now, this is what is happening. Matiangi has made a tweet today through his social media pages, more so on his official Twitter handle. And this tweet has got me thinking about something. And that is why I'm here to speak about it. The tweet of Fred Matiangi comprised of a meeting between him and one George Natembeya and the former cabinet secretary of agriculture, that is Peter Munya. Now, this is something that I had seen before and I had told you about it before. You know, there's something that Rigathi Gachagua is doing. Rigathi Gachagua wants to control the narrative around the united opposition. To change the narrative around the united opposition, that when it comes to the time of negotiation, then nobody will view Kalonzo Musyoka as nothing else but the flag bearer of the united opposition. Because Kalonzo Musyoka is actually Rigathi Gachagua's favorite when it comes to supporting who will become the next flag bearer of the united opposition come the year 2027. Now, realizing this, Kalonzo and Kalonzo and Rigathi Gachagua have teamed up. And that is why they are currently touring the country together. Kalonzo and Gachagua, for the last few days, they have been in the Kamba region, the lower eastern region, touring. Now, this is what is happening. Rigathi Gachagua has formed a certain circle between him. He has formed a certain protection ring around him to ensure that when it comes to negotiating about power, when it comes to negotiating about who should become the flag bearer, the option that Rigathi Gachagua picks, nobody will actually stand against him. But now Matiangi has learned from this, and Matiangi is taking some measures. And these measures might actually work in favor of Matiangi. Now, allow me to explain this. Rigathi Gachagua asked Kalonzo Musyoka, knowing Kalonzo Musyoka, he has the support of the Kamba region. That is about 2 million votes. Now, which means Kalonzo cannot actually have the much negotiation power in what? In the united opposition for the presidency come the year 2027, more than Rigathi Gachagua. But because Rigathi Gachagua is his master, Kalonzo Musyoka is confident Gachagua can't run, so Gachagua will endorse him. Now, Gachagua will endorse him in this man. Gachagua has one, they have one, in this team of united opposition, they have one, Mithika Linturi. Mithika Linturi comes from Meru County. Gachagua believes with Mithika Linturi in his courtyard, he has, captured the votes of the Meru County. He believes having Justin Muturi in his side, he has captured the votes of Embu County. Now, when it comes to the Mount Kenya West region, Gachagua himself knows that, you know what? He has untapped 5 million votes in those areas. Are we together? Now, when you look at this, Gachagua knows if it's negotiating the presidency, whoever Gachagua picks, then nobody will go against him. he knows in the Western region, he has who? He has none other than Eugene Wamalwa. Now, that is the circle that Gachagua has formed. And also in Mount Kenya, Gachagua has Mother Karua. So, I mean, he thinks everything is taken care of. But here comes what Matiangi is doing. Matiangi knows. In the Western region part of Kenya currently, since the rise of one George Natembeya, people like Eugene Wamalwa have lost their relevance. Natembeya comes to that negotiation table with an amount of 6 million votes from the Western region part of Kenya. Matiangi comes with a combined vote of Kisii and Nyamira about, let's say, 1 million votes. Now, Matiangi is bringing another person into this mix that will actually change the whole equation. That is the former Meru County Governor and the former Agriculture CS, none other than Peter Munya. And allow me to tell you, as somebody that has experienced the politics of Meru County, oh my, the people of Meru County love this son of theirs. They love one Peter Munya. Because when the man was the governor of Meru County, he delivered to his people. He made life easy for his people. So that is why I'm telling you, Peter Munya is a game changer when it comes to negotiating power here. Because in Meru County, and I told you earlier, that William Ruto has placed on a bet, amewekelea bet kwa Meru County. Meru County is expected to have about 3 million registered voters in 2027. That makes it either second or third largest voting bloc in the Mount Kenya, and also number 4 or 5 in the whole country. Now Ruto wants to use Meru County to win his election come the year 2027 on the factors that Kithure Kindiki comes from that region. But now, the people of Meru, I mean, they don't associate themselves with Kithure Kindiki that much. But the person that they associate with so much is Peter Munya. Hata Mithika Linturi ananga say Meru County like Peter Munya. Now, if Matiangi has Peter Munya, and let me tell you, Peter Munya influence does not end in Meru County alone. It extends to Tharaka Nithi and it extends beyond Tharaka to Embu County. So if Matiangi and Munya, and in a way Uhuru comes into this picture and joins in campaigning for Matiangi and mobilizing for Matiangi ahead of the 2027 general election, then the Mount Kenya might actually be divided into. And that will actually give Matiangi an higher negotiation power to the negotiating table in the united opposition. I mean, making sure that Gachagua does not bulldoze everything. Because let me tell you one thing. See, we are saying that Kalonzo is the preferred presidential candidate for the united opposition. If Kalonzo is the preferred presidential candidate and he is under the shade of Rigathi Gachagua, bwana munasema eti mambo inaweza kuwa mbaya. That man Rigathi Gachagua, live about him exposing the government or pretending to be the angel that he might pretend to be. But let me remind you, everything bad that has happened to the people of the Republic of Kenya, Gachagua was part of it. Only that he was found and kicked out. I mean, he fell out with his master and was kicked out of the eating table. Are we together? If Gachagua is to control the presidential candidate that might take up the elections come the year 2027, it will be so bad for us. The same thing Ruto does. If Ruto takes up the power, it will be so bad for us. I mean, the only option here we have is having a candidate that is not controlled by Gachagua. And that candidate is none other than Fred Matiangi. Ladies and gentlemen, it's high time you start seeing through the picture. And that is why I'm telling you, Matiangi should continue playing in this trajectory that he's going. Let him join hands with Natembeya, because Natembeya can't join akina Gachagua right now. Reason being, pale kuna Eugene Wamalwa. Natembeya and Eugene Wamalwa have turned out to be rivals because of the DAPK party. They are fighting over the leadership of DAPK party. And right now we know who the king in the Western region politics is. That is Natembeya. He is undisputed. Watazamaji, Matiangi is playing the right politics. It's just a matter of let's wait and see. But one thing we urge them is to mobilize for voter registration. Because if people don't register as voters, mtashangaa yale Ruto atafanya 2027. Subscribe.